All right, so I got the two joint ones together right here. Let's see if I can wrestle that in. And then number 2, or sorry, this is number 4 over here. Now it might be easier if I put it down like that, because then I can, you'll see how much easier I got that in. Now if that went in that easy and the other one was a struggle, there's a very good chance that some of those fibers I was chiseling off, I may have missed some, and they may be in between the fingers and sockets, and it's making it tight. So when I take it apart later, I'll do a little better job on that, make sure I didn't miss anything. Now let's see if we can do this last one. So this is joint 2 here, and joint 3 here. And when we glue these together, we're going to be clamping, and that's going to pull everything in really tight. Let's take a close look right here. Now here at the top of these rectangles here, this is the top of this board's sockets. You can see it's a bit scraggly looking. This was clearly the back of the board while I was cutting on the jig, and it kind of frayed. These are the things I'm supposed to chisel off. Okay, now over here there's actually a small hole, which means a piece of wood actually chipped off. Okay, that doesn't happen as easily here, where you're in this wood here, which is called the late wood of the oak tree. This is the summer growth, when the tree grows slower and the wood ends up much denser, so it's very smooth. This part, where you see this different color, is the early growth, or early wood, which is the spring growth of the tree. The tree grows faster and it becomes less dense, and there's roughness there. So it's a little more brittle, and a little piece obviously broke off. Okay, there's nothing you can do about that except to fill it after assembly. When you get to the, after the gluing stage, I'll show you how to deal with these little things. Basically, you're going to make up a little wood putty yourself and fill them in. They're really small. Most people don't notice, but of course, as the woodworker, you're always hypercritical about everything. Now, if you noticed, though, that maybe several of these top areas are not touching at all, it could be that one of your cuts was too shallow, which means the part rode up off the table saw, and that's preventing the rest from touching down too. Okay, in that case, the one that is touching is the one that didn't get cut high enough. Put that part back on the table saw over the finger piece on the jig, cut it again, put it all together, and you're going to see that it improves. Okay, so sometimes slight errors happen where the board rides up off the table saw. You need to identify where that happened and just go back and do it, and the problem is solved, rather than having to fill a whole bunch of them with putty, and it obviously isn't going to look as good. Okay, so we got a lot of little details here. I'm really glad that I didn't raise the bit higher than I did, because I thought it was going to be a tiny cut and it was a little bigger than I expected. But similar to what I have on the bottom, so it looks great. All right, so definitely still time consuming, but definitely a lot faster than some kind of lid with hinges. So it's a good alternative when you want to build something a lot quicker. All right, so that's the whole process. Finger joints and the bottom, the top, the lift-off lid and all that. So yeah, let's head over back to the bench and just kind of recap what we did here the last couple of days.